I first joined the ASA when I first became a consultant, and very soon got involved in regional ASA committee work, and then subsequently became representative for the ACT, and then was a representative on the National Committee. Currently I'm the Education Officer for the ASA and heavily involved in the CPD education program. A friend of mine said to me a very long time ago, the world is run by those who show up. And it's not that the ASA runs the world, but certainly it is very meaningful to me to be involved with seeing how decisions are made, seeing how policies are made, in the fellowship of my colleagues. It is certainly very rewarding and certainly true that you get more out of volunteering for committees and being a part of the ASA than what you put in. The ASA has been very supportive of regional and national educational activities and all of the other professional activities of anaesthetists. In the ACT, where I work, we had an issue with an obstetric roster. Obstetric rosters are the bane of every anaesthetist's life, and personnel from the ASA performed an arbitration between anaesthetists, obstetricians and the hospital where we worked that was very satisfactory for all parties. There's no victor and vanquished in a negotiation, and the ASA was very helpful in that regard, so that everybody walked away still friends, and from an anaesthetic point of view, we had a very satisfactory resolution of the obstetric roster issues. In other respects, my association with the ASA has been on a regional and a national level, both with organising national conferences, organising conferences elsewhere, and that's been very satisfactory professionally and personally. The fellowship of other anaesthetists is always something that I look forward to at NSCs, and it's a very important element of the function of national scientific congresses. The pastoral care that we provide for each other, looking after each other, it's a tough job, and that's certainly something that's looked after in the social functions, in long breaks for lunch and so on with conference organisation. A friend of mine said to me long ago, the world is run by those who show up. Now, I'm not saying the ASA runs the world, but I am saying that you get out of a committee, you get out of a contribution more than what you put into it. It's certainly been very satisfying professionally and personally to be able to contribute to the work of the profession. And the ASA does very useful work, both in terms of policy making and support for anaesthetists, as well as providing 50% of the educational activities regionally and nationally. As I said earlier, part of the function of National Scientific Congresses is certainly education and satisfying CPD requirements. That's a very important part, but also the significance of being able to commune with colleagues is not to be underestimated. Ours is a very tough job, and part of the function of National Scientific Congresses is to be able to be with people who experience the same challenges and triumphs that we all do. Two things that I do that are probably the most important things as I see them is running the CPD program. We provide CPD compliance certificates to all members for those people who don't subscribe to the college program, and we try to do that in as user-friendly a way as possible. I've recently written an article for the Australian Anaesthetist, a publication of the ASA, trying to help those who suffer through CPD to make it an enjoyable and rewarding experience. It should be a positive experience for us. As far as boot camp goes and helping candidates prepare for their exams, the exams are an imperfect system. However, they're here to stay, certainly for the near horizon, for this generation of anaesthetists and anaesthetic trainees. And I have noticed in my 12 years as an examiner and hundreds of candidates that I've examined that performance is different from the knowledge of content. With the same content, you can improve a candidate's performance, you can add 10% of value by teaching candidates how to prioritise, how to rank information and present it in a way that makes you look 10% smarter and hopefully get 10% more marks.